I muted you. I didn't know if you noticed that.
Well, then we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it.
Yeah, you're fine. I just, like, you can mute it again. I just had muted you before, like.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Birdcage. I'm John Griffin, alongside Kelser Buck. We're set to bring you all the round ball action as crosstown rival, the Liberty Mountaineers, square off against the Flying Eagles in a Big Ten boys basketball matchup. The Mountaineers are fresh off a 54-45 win against the Lincoln Cougars on Monday night. Meanwhile, RCB enters tonight's contest having suffered a loss at the hands of East Fairmont, their second of the year, by double digits. Talking with Coach Basil Lucas earlier today, he said that the fourth quarter defense was not what it was supposed to be the other night against East Fairmont. They did not have enough intensity, in his words. He challenged the team in practice on Tuesday to play better tonight, Kelser.
Yeah, I mean, so on January 5th is when we played East Fairmont the first time, and we only lost by 5 points that game. And to see how we played against Lincoln with a 39, when we only held them to 39, and then holding Bridgeport to 32, to have that big loss at East Fairmont was just, it's a big blow.
And as we stated last week in our broadcast, basketball has improved around the area. Witness that with Grafton playing better, Liberty playing better, beating the Cougars. The Cougars stayed close with us. They split during the regular season. Grafton beat East Fairmont. So everybody's playing much better in the area. Looking at tonight's game real quickly, it'll be a game of attrition for both teams, it looks like. Two players out for Robert C. Byrd, Maurice Garrison and Charles Hawkins, both on the physically unable to perform list, if you will. Both of them are out sick tonight. And Liberty down one player, we think. They had a player hurt in the JV game earlier tonight, and we don't currently know his status. So we'll take a quick break and be right back with the starting lineups after this.
Directed to officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives who will not be tolerated on our grounds for removal from the site of competition. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special vocalist this evening. Kaylee Nutt will be singing your national anthem.
It's too late.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets rang like the most bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
Welcome back to the Birdcage, ladies and gentlemen. We just listened to a beautiful rendition of the national anthem by RCB sophomore Kaylee Nutt. Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. First of all, for the visiting Liberty Mountaineers, number 11, Connor Holden. Number 4, Jensen Dodd. Number 15, Brock Benedum. Number 22, Brandon Haynes. And number 34, Wyatt Rock. Liberty will look to bring number 23, Matt Gregg, off the bench, along with number 3, Bryce Benedum in addition. The Mountaineers are coached by Zach Bart, Bryce Fortis, and John Holden.
Starter, first for the visiting Mountaineers of Liberty High School. Starting in guard, number 11.
Robert C. Bird starters. Number 11, Braden Thomason, a 5'11 junior. Number 23, Jeremiah King, a 5'11 senior. He'll join Thomason in the backcourt tonight. In the middle, numbers 4, a 6'1 senior, Trey Junkins. Number 15, Quentin Cooley, a 6-foot junior at forward. And starting tonight, for the first time this year, we believe, number 1, Bryce Bird. He'll take the place of Maurice Garrison. Robert C. Bird will look to bring number 3, Leighton Wolf, off the bench, and number 33, Anthony Cava. So we're just about set for action here. Lights going down as the PA announcer, Gabe Rhodes, announces the Robert C. Bird Flying Eagles, and we'll keep it right here and listen in. And there they are, the starting lineup for the Flying Eagles, courtesy of social studies teacher Gabe Rhodes here at Robert C. Bird. Our producer for tonight's broadcast is Stephen Kennedy. A lot going on tonight at the gym, Kelser. As you look around, we had several activities. We had the introduction of the senior boys basketball players and the senior cheerleaders and the Little Miss Eagle contest.
Yeah, it's high atmosphere here for the last game of the night, or for the last game of the season here, especially for the regular season.
And from what I understand, there's also a carnival for kids going out in the cafeteria, I do believe.
Yeah, they had the trophy open for the Victory and RW. All that was open up today too.
Yes, so we want to welcome in any alumni, any dogs that may be out there listening to this broadcast, friends of RCB, and so forth as we get set for action. So Liberty wins the tip here in their blue uniforms with red striping. Robert C. Byrd in their home whites. Here's number 11, Holden on a drive, guarded by King. Loses the ball. Liberty recovers. They'll look to work it inside. 34, Wyatt Rock, with a travel along the left baseline. So the ball will go out of bounds to Robert C. Byrd. King will inbound to Thomason. And Thomason will walk the ball up the floor. Passes to Cooley on the right wing. Cooley looks to dump it inside to Junkins. Junkins turns, faces the backs, kicks it out to Byrd. Bird's hits a cutting Cooley. Cooley now out to Thomason for a deep three. Good. So Thomason hits his first three of the night. RCB with their man-to-man defense that we talked about the other night. That Coach Basil Lucas talked about was lacking the other night in intensity in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see that it's everyone, it's back and forth. Everyone's running back and down with them, man to man. I mean, everyone's excited to be here tonight.
And it's so important to play individual defense, but at the same time play team defense.
Yeah. I mean, to replace and be able to move around and call screens. Yeah, good communication. And
we know Coach Lucas stresses that along with individual defense, the ability to play team defense. So Liberty inbounds the ball on a lob, but comes up short. And here's Thomason driving down the left side of the court. He'll penetrate, kicks it out to Junkins, who throws it to the corner to Byrd. Byrd out to Thomason to the top of the key for another three, and it's good. So Braden Thomason with his second three of the night, 2 for 2, 6 points. Liberty back up court. Holden with the ball. Sets the offense, guarded by King. He'll look to give it to Benedum. Brock, that is. Haynes handles it near the top of the key. Now he'll put the ball on the floor, goes against Byrd, puts up a shot, no good. Byrd down with the rebound. Bryce Byrd stretching out his long wings like that of an eagle. And on the other end, here's King with the shot, contested, no good. Liberty with the rebound. Jensen Dodd brings the ball up court. And Dodd will look to set the offense on the left side. He'll give it off to Holden. Correction, that was Haynes, and now Holden has it at the top of the key. Again, guarded by King. RCB in their man-to-man defense, looking to contest every shot, every screen, every pass if possible. Here's Dodd with a drive and a shot. No good. Rebound Thomason. Thomason looks to pass. Nobody's open, so he'll take it, drive, kick out to Cooley. Cooley with another three, and it's good.
That's a great way to start the game off with three-pointers right away.
3 3-pointers, 9-0 early on with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout here real quickly and be right back. Back at the birdcage after a quick timeout taken by the Mountaineers. Had to circle the wagons just a minute there. So they'll inbound. Holden will bring the ball up court against King. Beats King off the dribble. Here's a three in the corner by Brock Benedum, his first three. So that cuts the lead to 6 early on. Robert C. Byrd back on offense. Cooley with a long pass cross court to Thomason. Thomason will drive the baseline, and he stepped out of bounds. A nice drive by Thomason, but got his right foot on the baseline.
Yeah, I mean, with him having those 2 3-pointers, now you have to worry about him doing that shot. So that's when he got that pump fake and took it to the baseline.
Holden walks the ball up, anticipating coverage by King. Coach Bart for Liberty shouting instructions to his offense. Haynes handles the ball. Jensen Dodd with a dish down to Wyatt Rock, who puts it up for 2. So Liberty with nice execution out of the timeout. And here's a takeaway by Holden. Ball will stay with Liberty. They'll inbound. Brandon Haynes, the trigger man. Against light pressure, he gets the ball into Holden. Holden will jog the ball across midcourt, guarded again by King. On the left side of the ring. Back to Holden. And here's Holden with a deep 3 off the mark, no good, rebounded by Cooley. So maybe an ill-advised 3-point shot attempt there. Here's Cooley driving the lane, and we're going to have a foul. No, correction, we're going to have a jump ball. First jump ball of the game. No team fouls or personal fouls to speak of yet, Kelser, so it's a clean game.
Yeah, I mean, and there's been a lot of play in the paint already, too. It's kind of surprising.
Yes. So King will inbound on the baseline. Left side. He'll throw it all the way out to Thomason. Thomason corrals it. He'll put a move, loses the ball, puts a move on Benedum, but lost the ball, I should say. Here's King with the dribble, picks it up, gets it out to Junkins. Junkins will pass the ball inside to Byrd. Byrd makes a move, but kicks it back out to King. He'll shoot a 3, no good. And looks like we have another jump ball. King and Haynes with the tie-up. So our second jump ball of the night. It'll go to the Mountaineers. Good student section for Robert C. Byrd and Liberty on hand for tonight for this crosstown rival. Coach Bart again barking out directions. Here's a drive by Benedum, puts a shot up, no good, rebounded by Junkins. RCB will work the ball back down court. Byrd with a pass to Thomason. He'll think about a 3, thinks again, then puts it up, no good, but rebounded by Cooley there on the boards. Nice putback by Q, as he's affectionately called by his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, he just battled down low and got the box out and offensive rebound. He didn't even get to come back down, just put it right back off the board.
In talking with Coach Lucas today, he said he was really impressed by Liberty. He says they run good offense, they know what they're doing, but he thought that Byrd might have the advantage in athleticism, just as Connor Holden hits a 3. And that was a deep 3, Kelser.
Yeah, I mean, he shot the last possession, and it was almost the exact same spot and almost the exact same situation happened.
That one looked good. So here's Byrd, and Junkins with a deep 3. He wants to get on the action, but his 3 falls short. And Coach Basil Lucas says, I'm not sure about that shot. Leighton Wolf will check in for the Flying Eagles. He'll replace King. He'll take a break. And Coach Lucas is going to have to adjust and work on his rotation tonight, Kelser, with the 2 players out.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Garrison out, he's a little bit of a bigger body down low, so it's going to kind of, it might hurt us tonight. We never know, though. See what happens.
Here's a steal by Byrd, flying down the court, and a nice scoop layup and in. And Byrd has showed improvement. He's gotten better. He's making the most of his playing time tonight.
Yeah, I mean, earlier in the season, you could tell he was a little bit hesitant to shoot the ball, and now that he's getting a little bit more playing time, he's a little bit more confident in himself.
He's got a nice frame, nice lanky body, and of course he's only a junior. So here's Thomason on a drive back down court, and he'll score the bucket. And they're going to call the foul on number 22, Brandon Haynes. That'll be his first and the team first. So Thomason, already with 8 points, will go to the line. Puts the shot up, and it's good. Number 23, Matt Gray, getting set to check in for the Mountaineers. Here is Holden with another 3 off the mark. RCB back on offense. Bird controls it. Nice spin move between his legs. Can't find anything. He'll kick the ball out to Cooley. Cooley will think about it. Now he drives the lane. Spins, puts the shot up, and it's good. Nice little, wouldn't say it's a floater, but a nice little turnaround fadeaway jumper.
Yeah, I mean, he likes that mid-range. He likes being right there in the paint or anywhere close to the hoop. So
and
he's
we're
very confident with
and
it.
we're seeing tonight that RCB can get in the lane.
Yeah. The same way we get in the lane, the same way as Liberty's getting open to shoot to get the open 3-point shot too.
So here's Dodd with a drive and a pass, I should say. Now there's a drive by Benedum, and we're going to get a foul on Quentin Cooley. That's going to be his first and the team first. Not sure who that was foul on, who that foul was on exactly until the official came over and called it out. So Brock Benedum will step to the line. He'll shoot 2 off the drive. First shot's no good. Bounces off the back rim.
Going in for shooter.
He'll get one more. 18-8 with 20.9 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's a second shot by Benedum, and it gets nothing. It was an air ball, as they say. So he comes up empty on both free throws there. So RCB will hold the ball for one shot. The quarterback, if you will, Thomason, walks the ball up the left side of the court. 9 seconds to go. Goes around a screen and drives the lane. Nice reverse layup with his right hand off the board. Good for 2. So a nice execution by the Eagles there at the end of the quarter with Thomason using the screen and roll and drive. After 1, it's Robert C. Byrd Flying Eagles 20 and the Liberty Mountaineers 8. We'll be right back after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for our state champions, Robert C. Byrd cheerleaders. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a special night. It is Clarksburg Night here in the Bird Cage. If you are a graduate of Kelly Miller High School or Roosevelt Wilson High School, would you please stand to be recognized at this time? Kelly Miller High School or Roosevelt Wilson High School.
Welcome back to the Bird Cage. Getting ready to start the second quarter here tonight in Clarksburg. A little chillier tonight, Kelser, than it was this morning. I went outside to go to work this morning, and it was pretty warm, but when I came outside afterwards, it was much cooler.
Yeah, we had a nice few 2-3 days there. It was pretty nice in the 50s, 60s, and now it looks like we're going to get back a little bit of snow and rain this weekend.
And I'm sure these guys were anxious to get out on the basketball courts outdoors, but that'll have to wait as they're still in the gym practicing. So Robert C. Byrd gets the ball to start the second quarter. Byrd in the lane, gives it to King. King will try to drive, and his shot is blocked by Dodd. Nice block. RCB retains possession. Wolf over to Cava. Anthony Cava, who's just checked in. He'll look to pass it to Leighton Wolf in the corner. Wolf throws the ball inside to King. King goes up, blocked again, but no, this time they call a foul on Jensen Dodd. That'll be his first, team second. So King will step to the line and shoot 2. King, one of the seniors that was honored tonight before the game, Jeremiah. A 3-year basketball player for the Flying Eagles, a 4-year football player. And as mentioned, he is the all-time Harrison County rushing leader.
Yeah, there's not many running backs, especially in Bird history, freshman year, that get that much of an impact.
And that's what put him over the top his senior year. And that's going to be a record that's going to be hard to break.
Yeah, for sure.
So King puts the first one in, misses the second one, his first point of the night. And the rebound goes out of bounds, and it will go to the Mountaineers. So now Jensen Dodd will bring the ball up against pressure from Cooley. Here's a pass to the left side to Holden. Holden will drive the lane, pull it back out, guarded by Wolf. And again, the yo-yo motion there, back and forth down. Dodd with the ball against Cava, looks to make a move, puts the ball up, now kicks it to Holden. It's a two-man game right now on the left side of the court, but now the ball goes to Haynes. He'll kick it back. He'll take a shot. No good, off the board, and we're going to have a jump ball. And that's going to stay with, correction, I think it's going to go to Robert C. Byrd, I believe. No, apparently it's going to stay with the Mountaineers. That's correct. Changed it the quarter the possession did. So here is Dodd with another deep three, and it's good. Correction, that's his first three. Holden hit the first one. So it's a 21-11 game. And now a drive by Cooley, and he'll get fouled. Fouls against number 22, Haynes. That's his second, team third. So Cooley will go to the line. First one is good. His first free throw of the night. Number 15, Brock Benedum, checks back into the game for the Mountaineers. Cooley set for the second one. Puts it up and good. Got a nice stroke from the free throw line, as they say in the vernacular. So here's Dodd starting the offense. He'll pass it to Benedum. Benedum throws the ball down deep to Matt Gregg, who gets fouled. Correction, he loses the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Robert C. Byrd, so it will stay with the Mountaineers.
No, they did. They called that a foul on Jeremiah there.
Oh, they did? Okay,
Yeah,
my
first
bad.
on Jeremiah.
Okay. So Liberty running offense now against that man-to-man defense. And here's a drive by Benedum, and he'll have the ball knocked out of bounds by Cava. But it last touch Benedum. So Robert C. Byrd will take possession. 5:51 left to go in the second quarter. 23-11 is your score here at the Bird Cage.
With how much passing Liberty's doing, I think Bird's doing a great job on defense, staying with him and not giving him a lot of space.
The more passes a offensive makes, the harder it is for a team to play defense. It makes it much harder. Bird with their own set of nifty passing, and a three lined up by Cooley, and he knocks it down. So Cooley getting better at hitting the three-point shot.
Yeah, he is.
Got a nice looking stroke, nice motion. 26-11. Here is Holden driving against Wolf, and he'll get fouled. Holden just a little quicker than Wolf. So that'll be Wolf's first foul. That's the team third. Connor Holden will go to the line now. He'll shoot two, puts the first shot up, and it rims in and out. Thomason and Bird checking back into the lineup for the Eagles. Holden will get set for his second shot, and it's good. Holden with 4 points on the night. Here's Thomason bringing the ball back up court. May have gotten away with the walk, but it wasn't called. He throws the ball right into the arms of Jensen Dodd for the Mountaineers. So Dodd will bring the ball back across half court. He'll line up a deep three, and it's good. His second three of the night.
Yeah.
Cuts the score to 11 at 26-15. Here's Bryce Bird with a pass inside. It's off the backboard. And let's see what they're going to call. It's going to stay with the Flying Eagles. Apparently he was touched last.
I think on Bird's pass in, I couldn't see who was guarding, but I think they tipped it. Tipped off of him and then tipped off the backboard.
So here's King with the inbounds. He'll come back in and receives a pass from Junkins, and he'll take a nice little pull-up shot and score the bucket for two. 28-15, 4:30 to go in the second quarter here. Here is Holden driving, loses the ball but regains possession. Now here is Matt Gregg with a shot off the mark, rebounded by Thomason. Brings the ball up court, and he'll start the offense. Cooley back to Thomason, who thinks about a three. Now puts the ball on the floor, drives the lane, and leaves the layup short. Rebounded by Wyatt Rock for the Mountaineers. Liberty will push the ball back up court and put the ball in the hands of Holden. Holden beats Thomason off the drive, puts up a shot, no good, and Thomason comes down to rebound. Quick outlet to Cooley, and Cooley tries the attempted dunk, layup in between, and misses the shot. Liberty with the rebound.
Yeah, I think he just got excited that he had the dunk there and wanted to go for it and kind of just
He was
ahead of himself there.
He was trying to measure it and see if he could get the dunk or if he wanted to shoot the layup. And here's a nice move by Matt Gregg for the Mountaineers. His first two of the night. Nice little drive to the basket, pump move. So Liberty sticking with it here, hanging close. It's been about a 10-point game since midway through the second quarter. King will try another three off the mark, and they're going to get Bryce Bird, with the over-the-back foul. So that will be Bird's first foul, team fourth, not in the one-on-one yet. So Bryce, the Bird Dog Bird, he'll check out. Correction, he tries to walk out. Coach Lucas pushes him back on the floor. He tries to go back out again, and now Cooley comes out.
Yeah, I think Basil might be a little upset with the play there that happened.
A little confusion on the bench, but that's normal. That's normal. Just miscommunication on who was supposed to come out. Here's another deep three by the Mountaineers. It seems like they've gotten a lot of threes tonight. I guess they're comfortable with taking those, I guess. And here's Thomason with a nice drive, a floater. By all means, goes in. Foul's going to be on number 15, Brock Benedum. That's his first, and that is the fourth team foul. Thomason put it on a nice little show here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, last game he kind of started off slow there in the first, and then as the game went on, he started heating up, and now he's pretty much heated up already. Already
with 13 points tonight, but he misses that free throw, but King rebounds for the Eagles. Here's Leighton Wolf, thinks about a three, drives the lane, kicks it back out to Thomason. Thomason swings it to Bird. Here's Bird driving with a nice little shot off the backboard, no good. And I think Bird will hit that shot next year or later in this year when he develops a little bit of touch, gets into better shape, better basketball shape. Yeah, but a nice move.
He goes up and it kind of just works his way around. It's kind of like Matrix-wise. Just
it is.
Slowly moves his body around you.
If you've never seen Bryce Bird, he's tall and lanky. It's the best way to describe him. Coach Lucas will get him in the weight room this year.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
So Liberty turns the ball over, and Bird will keep possession here. Take over possession. Now, light pressure on a zone press half court by the Mountaineers almost causes some trouble for the Eagles, but Trey Junkins says, I'll take that and I'll put it in and I'll score. And he does just that. Not the best way to break a press, but it worked. You scored off of it. So here's Liberty with the screen and Holden with another deep three off of it, and he hits it, and Zach Bart calls timeout immediately. And Holden showing his range.
Yeah, I mean, Holden there, 3 threes this quarter that are pretty long three-point shots.
It's been a three-point show tonight by all means. 32-20 here with 1:42 left in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this.
Your lights are WT 948, your lights are on.
Back here at the Birdcage. And Kelsey, you can tell by watching Liberty run offense that they know what they're doing. Coach Bart has done a good job with this squad.
Yeah, I mean, sitting here listening to him walk around, it's kind of like Sean McVay for the Rams over here. It's kind of like a modernized offense, and he's just a bunch of different codes going out. And I mean, they know exactly what he's talking about.
Coach Bart calls off the press that time. RCB takes a 3 out of the corner, off the mark, and Robert C. Bird will give the ball up to Liberty. They'll inbound. Now here is Thomason picking up Holden, no doubt after directions from Lucas. Right at three-quarter court. It's a good little battle between those two. He drives, gets past Thomason, but Jenkins swats it away. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mountaineers.
Yeah, I mean, great defense. Got by Thompson there, and then Junkins there just to reject it, say no, no, no.
And that's another example of the team defense we were talking about. So Liberty inbound the ball further down the baseline than normal. And here's Junkins with a deflection again, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mountaineers. Benedum will inbound it. He gets the ball into Holden all the way back down court. So they'll reset, bring the ball back up. Holden calls out a play, drives against Thompson. He's got a nice little first step, quicker than he looks. Here's a pass inside over the head of Wyatt Rock.
And the advantage with that quick step is he has that three-point shot, too, that you worry about, so you're kind of sitting back, and then he just goes right by you.
So it's double trouble for Thomason right now. 1 minute to go here. RCB up by 12. Here's that half-court zone trap by Liberty. Robert C. Bird breaks it. They had the ball in the middle, but they can't score off of it. And here's Thomason driving the baseline, and they're going to say he stepped out. Yes, they're going to say he stepped out. So that zone half-court pressure trap is causing a little bit of problem for the Eagles here the last two times, Kelser.
Yeah, I mean, we were meeting them right at half court, and it's just we're kind of scared to attack in the middle until we get to the outside, and then that's when we're attacking on the baseline.
And they've had the ball in the middle the last two times they've attacked the zone, but they just haven't been able to score off of it. So here's Holden again, driving against Thomason, and Thomason gets called for the foul again. Thomason is saying that he is getting held or getting
that last possession there when Junkins had the block, he hooked his right arm around Thomason. That's what got the advantage around him.
Yeah. So Thomason checks out. It's his first foul. Team fifth, so not many fouls here in the first half. 30 seconds to go. Liberty working the ball. Here's a pass down inside to Gregg. Gregg will turn and put up a shot. No good. Kind of a wild shot. King rebounds the ball. He'll bring the ball across half court, and he'll run the offense with 18 seconds to go with Thomason on the bench. Coach Lucas barking out a play. Down to 9 seconds. King sizing up the defense. He's probably going to keep this one-on-one. He drives around, gets to the lane, puts up a shot just off the mark. Bird with a tip. Can't get it to go. Liberty with the rebound. And that'll be it as time expires here in the first half. So, 2 quarters down with your score, Robert C. Bird 32 and Liberty 20. We'll be right back after these messages.
Okay. Do you want to do it now? Because I was supposed to read something for the schools. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, so elementary to please come to the center circle. If you are a student currently at Norwood Elementary, please come to the center circle and stay. If you are a student from Nutter Fort Elementary School, please come to the center circle and stay. All right, and if you are a student from Washington Irving Middle School, please come to the center circle for a picture. Parents, we're going to give them a couple moments here while they're in the center circle at Robert C. Byrd for a picture. We're thankful for your wonderful children. All right, young children, thank you for your time. Please go back to your parents. Ladies and gentlemen, please clap for these students from our feeder schools. Nutter Fort Norwood students, please go back to your parents. Gentlemen, it's time for the Dan Cabot Toyota, Dan Cabot Buick GMC halftime shootout. Students will have 5 seconds to run the length of the floor and make a basket for a $10 coupon.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. Just about 6 minutes left to go in the half here at halftime tonight. Robert C. Byrd 32, Liberty 20. I'm standing here right now with the head principal of Robert C. Byrd High School, Mr. Steve Gibson. Steve, we got a lot going on here tonight. You want to care to tell us what it's all about?
Actually, it's a great night. Great night to be a Flying Eagle. We're really extremely proud of our community for showing up tonight. We had a carnival. We had the RW, Kelly Miller, and WI rooms open, so a lot of tourists came in for that. The Little Eagle competition at halftime. Then we just recognized our feeder schools. We invited them here tonight, so just a great opportunity for the community to come out, and they come out in full force.
And that's so important to keep Clarksburg together as a community and recognize all the feeder schools, the elementary schools, and our one middle school in WI.
Absolutely. I mean, we tried to do a lot of things since the past several years to try to bring the community in. Being up here on the hill, we're not right in the middle of a community anymore, so we're trying to bring them in, and then now we're starting to get some graduates, kids to come through here. So I think it's really a sense of our own school here and development here in Clarksburg. We're proud of the tradition we've built.
It's good to develop that alumni base, and the school has only been in operation or been open for 27 years, so that's just now starting to take shape.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. For a long time, so we were the school that, used to be WI, used to be RW and so forth like that, and now it's been here long enough that a lot of our alumni kids are starting to come through, and we're getting to develop our own identity, but at the same token, we never want to lose sight of where we came from and the community that built this school.
And you've got an event coming up here in the coming weeks at school where you're going to have the WI middle school students come in and take a tour of the high school with the current juniors.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. Due to COVID, we weren't able to do it the past 2 years, but we enjoy bringing them over. It gives them a chance to walk through the building and show off all the different fine arts. We have award-winning fine arts here. We have some of the best CTE programs in the state. And we're really proud to show them off and get the 8th graders excited about coming here next year.
Now, 2 final questions. Number 1, did you get to go to the carnival and did you win anything?
No, they wouldn't let me play.
And number two, well, that was a two-part question, but here's the third question. You're a basketball, I won't say a legend, but you got some basketball prowess. You know the game. You've coached before. What's your interpretation of the first half?
I think we're doing a pretty good job. We're missing several players tonight, so I think that's shown a little bit of our lack of depth and stuff like that. So hopefully we can just keep the momentum going and don't get too tired in the second half with our lack of subs on the bench.
And of course, we want to win every game in county. That's the goal of any basketball program. But it's certainly nice to have those rivalries. We have a rivalry with Bridgeport, a little bit of a rivalry with Lincoln, and now if we can get that rivalry with our crosstown foe in Liberty, that's better. That's even better.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's great for the citizens because with the levy, the students and the senior citizens get to come out and enjoy these games and watch the two county rivals go head to head, and for free admission. So I think it's wonderful, and I hope we continue that through our levy in years to come.
That sounds great. We look forward to that. We'll let you go, get back to your duties that I know are many on a night like this. But again, we want to thank you and appreciate you stopping by and letting us know what's going on with Robert C. Byrd and the community.
All right, anytime. Thank you.
Thanks again. Back into the Bird Cage. One Eagle Way, Robert C. Byrd High School. Tonight's game, Robert C. Byrd at halftime, up 32-20 on Liberty. Both teams coming out of that locker room late, and Leighton Wolf, the only person for either team warming up on the floor. So it was a longer halftime. And Kelsey, we talked to Steve Gibson at halftime about the alumni and the community and bringing them all together. You are a graduate of Robert C. Byrd. What does being an alumni mean to you?
I mean, I love the people here. You're always friends, no matter what year you graduated from. There's just that camaraderie of being from RCB. Especially it's one of the newer schools in the area, so it's kind of like it's just a newer tradition, and I'm just a fan of being a part of that.
You do. You're right. You have to build that tradition. Myself, being a teacher here, I love the school. We have great facilities. I live in the district. I live in the zone, the neighborhood in which I teach, so I see a lot of kids in the neighborhood, younger kids now. And, of course, both of my wife's and mine's 2 sons both graduated from Robert C. Byrd also.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing. It's just like watching these kids grow up. And, like, Braden Thompson, I grew up with his older sister, Jordan, and it's kind of crazy just watching him as a little kid, and now he's junior in high school playing basketball here. So it's good.
I can remember when he was in the gym when I was coaching freshman ball, and he would come in and shoot. I didn't know who he was then, but we know who he is now.
Yeah.
So we'll stop talking about Robert C. Byrd tradition and alumni here and get back to action. Here's a nice steal and a transition bucket. Nice passing by Junkins, I believe, got that bucket. So here's another steal by Byrd, and he'll pass it up ahead to Thomason. So Thomason scores, and we've got 2 quick buckets here to start the second half, and Coach Bart can't be happy with that. Coach Lucas is pleased, and Robert C. Byrd extending that half-court pressure. Liberty gets the ball across half court, but now they step out of bounds.
I don't know.
And we got a timeout by Liberty here with 6:52 left to go. Let's step aside for 1 second. We'll be right back. Back here at the Bird Cage. Start of the third quarter, or just a few minutes into it. 36-20. Robert C. Byrd with 6 quick points. They built a 16-point lead. Off the Liberty turnover and timeout, Thomason will inbound the ball from King. Or actually, King inbounds the ball to Thomason. Thomason brings it across court. Here's Byrd with the drive in the lane. Back to Thomason for a 3, and it's good. Nice execution.
His third three-pointer of the night.
Really well played by the Flying Eagles. So here's Liberty back down court. Brock Benedum loses the ball. Last touch by the Eagles, so it'll stay with the Mountaineers of Liberty. Benedum inbounds the ball to Holden. Here's Benedum, puts the ball on the floor, drives the lane, kicks it to Haynes, but he'll throw it back out to Dodd. Almost a walk by Haynes, not quite though. Haynes will look back to get the ball to Holden. He loses it, and Bryce Byrd comes down with the rebound. He'll dribble up court by himself, puts the ball on the floor into the lane, loses it, now controls it and gets it back out to Thomason. Thomason will set the offense. Here's a screen by Byrd. He'll get the ball in the corner to Cooley. Cooley puts the ball with a skip pass over to Thomason. Thomason with a spin move, drives the lane, can't get his shot up in there amongst all the trees. Throws it to Cooley. And here's Junkins with a drive down the lane, and he passes it off to Byrd, who puts it up, short arms it, and can't get it to go. So both Junkins and Byrd had good looks. Junkins didn't take the shot, and Byrd short-armed it. They should have scored there.
We've seen it multiple times where we kind of get in the paint, and I don't want to make this basket, so I'm going to kind of pass it to the next one, and that's kind of what that was, where Junkins, you never know, he goes up with that. It possibly goes in, but just wanted to get the extra pass off.
So Liberty back on the offensive end. Here's a drive by Benedum, and we're going to have a jump ball called. Jeremiah King with the defense there. Matt Gregg, number 23 for the Mountaineers, checks in for Dodd. And the one thing you notice about Liberty, Connor, or Kelser, especially their guards in Holden and Benedum and even Dodd, is how young they look.
Yeah, I mean, they're not like a very tall team either.
No.
Especially in the area where most of the kids in the area are usually about the same height.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a few taller, bigger guys and then a few younger guys, it looks like.
But make no mistake about it, they're good players.
Oh, yeah, they can play.
They're good players. So at the other end, Cooley thinks about a long three, and it rattles in. That's his third three on the night. Here's a drive by Liberty against pressure. Brandon Hayes with the layup. We're going to have a foul on Junkins. It's going to be his first, and that'll be the team first. Cava getting ready to check back in the Eagle lineup. Haynes will go to the line. His first free throw attempts of the night, I should say. Puts the first one up, and it is good. Bryce Benedum also checking in for the Mountaineers. Haynes will get ready for the second one. He's checking to make sure they had 5 players on the floor, I think. And he misses the second one. King comes down with the rebound, and he'll dribble the ball up court. Leighton Wolf in the lineup. Gives it down to Junkins. Junkins just bullies his way in, says, watch out, I'm going to score, and that's what he did.
Yeah, it's 2 back-to-back buckets now for Junkins.
So he's sorry he missed the opportunity on that shot in the lane earlier, and he's going to score now. So here's Holden against pressure from Leighton. Gregg on the right side of the floor. Puts the ball on the floor. Stolen by King. Tapped by King. Now stolen by Cooley. Cooley goes around his back. Nice pass to Leighton Wolf, but Leighton slips. Loses it. Not out of bounds yet, but Coach Lucas alertly calls a timeout. So Landon Wolf just lost his footing there, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, lost his footing, and the ball just went right back into his lap, and Basil there with the timeout to save it.
So a quick 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. The AAA State Championship Robert C. Byrd cheerleaders performing during the timeout. A couple of stunts, somersaults, and what have you. When play resumes, Robert C. Byrd will have the ball on the baseline. Leighton Wolf will be the trigger man. He'll look to inbound. 44-21 here. 3:36 to go in the third quarter. Here's Junkins again with the ball. Kicks it back to Wolf, and Wolf puts his three in, his first three of the night. So it's good to see Wolf with a three off the bench. Here's that pressure full court by Robert C. Byrd, but Liberty does a nice job of breaking it. Gets it off the wing, and here is Bryce Benedum driving, and another three, a long three by Holden off the mark, rebounded by Rock. Rock will pass it back out to Bryce Benedum. He puts up a shot, no good, and Robert C. Byrd comes down with the rebound. Here's Cooley with the control. Looks to make a move, picks up his dribble, passes it out to King. Here's Cava, fakes a three, now steps back, takes it, and misses it. Junkins with the rebound. Passes it back out to Cava, and he won't be shy this time, and he puts the shot in. So Cava with a three. A much more confident-looking shot on that second attempt, Kelser.
Yeah, it was like that second one he had time to get set and a little bit more confidence in it, where the first one kind of a little bit rushed.
And that's probably the best-case scenario, to take a three, miss it, and then get it right back, and then get the three, and it goes in. So here's Liberty missing, and Cooley back down court with a nice shot, and he's fouled. So Cooley puts the bucket in, his third bucket of the night. Fouls on 23, Matt Gregg. That'll be his first, team first. Again, not much fouling. Not much fouls being called here in the game in the third quarter.
About what the pace is, people moving back and forth.
Yeah, it's a very, very quick game, very up-tempo game here in the second half. So Cooley will put the free throw up, and it's good. Cooley having a nice night. 3 threes, 3 two-point shots, and 3 free throws. He wanted another one. He stayed at the line, but the ref said no. So RCB backs off the pressure, up by 22 here. I should say 32.
Yeah, 21.
Yes.
21-1 run right now.
Yes. So we're really extending that lead. Took a look at that score and didn't know if my math was right, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just felt like a few seconds ago. I looked up and it was 44
Yes.
to 21, and now 53.
Robert Seabird has come out of the gates quick here in the third quarter. So here's Liberty and Dodd with a 3 off the mark into Holden's arms. He'll fake a 3, drive, put the shot up, no good, rebounded by Cava. So Cava getting some playing time here that will be beneficial as the postseason rolls around for the Flying Eagles. Cava passes the ball down inside to Junkins. Junkins will make a move against Gregg. He dribbles all the way around, pushing Gregg around, but can't get the shot.
Ooh, close.
So Liberty has possession. Jensen Dodd passes it over to Holden. And if Liberty wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to get something more than 3-point shots.
Yeah, I mean, they need the fast break. Fast break points off the turnovers would be big.
And just as I say that, Mr. Jensen Dodd hits a 3, his third of the night. So they're trying to get back in here, but they're going to need some points in the paint. They're going to need some transition points,
Rebounds.
some free throw points.
Yeah, I mean,
They can't
offensive
rely on the
rebounds,
3.
Defensive rebounds. There's a bunch of bully ball, like we said, with King down low and even Junkins down low.
So here's Cav at the controls. He's running the offense now, apparently. He drives the baseline, puts a shot up, no good, gets his own rebound, kicks it out to Thomason. So Thomason with a pass back to Cav, now Cav back to Thomason for the bucket, and he'll score his 5th bucket of the night.
No, he said it's on the ground. On the
Okay.
floor there.
So Robert Seabird will inbound the ball on the baseline. Bryce Bird Dog Bird checking back in for the Eagles along with Wyatt Rock for the Mountaineers. Here's Junkins with the drive to the lane, and he's going to get called with an offensive foul. That's probably a good call.
Yeah.
Junkins second, team third, and we'll try to get clarification on who that last foul was on.
I have it, let me see, who did I have it on? Dodd. I want to say it was on Dodd. Should have been Dodd's second.
So here's Holden driving the lane, gets in there, but has the ball knocked loose. Bryce Bird comes up with the ball. He'll drive, spin move, passes it out to Cava, and Cava not quite ready for the pass, loses it out of bounds.
That's where you kind of see the little bit of inexperience with Bird. He gets excited a little bit and brings it down, and it kind of just a little bit unravels around him. But he knows what he's doing. Though.
He's got a lot of energy. He's a high energy player, if you will.
Has a high motor.
And Cava has got to be ready for that ball also.
Yeah.
And that's part of his inexperience as not playing so far. Here's a deep 3 by Holden at the buzzer, no good. So Robert C. Bird extends that lead quite heftily in the third quarter. They're up 53-24 at the end of 3. We'll take a break. Back here at the Birdcage, ready to start the fourth and final quarter. Robert C. Byrd 53, Liberty 24. On what has been deemed as Clarksburg Night here at the Birdcage with the pregame activities, recognition of the seniors, the Little Miss Eagle contest, and they also at halftime recognized all the students from the feeder schools, as Mr. Gibson noted, Kelser.
Yeah, I mean, the last few years we've done, it's more of the school night where we've won the Kelly Miller, the RWWI score jerseys, and now it's more of just every single school in the area. Important
to build those traditions. And as we talk about those traditions, Thomason hits a nice reverse layup, I should say. 55-24, Robert C. Byrd. Here is Holden with a three off the mark. Didn't quite have the setup on that one right, but Liberty rebounds and maintains possession, I should say. Holden thinks about a three, but Junkins comes out to contest that. Off to Haynes on the left side of the wing. He'll drive. Nice little up and under move. Puts a shot up good and bounces around and in the bucket. So a nice move from, I should say, Wyatt Rock. Pardon me. Nice move from Wyatt Rock there. And that's what they need more of, Kelser, if they want to get back in this game.
Get closer to the basket and just get the easier shot.
Here's a nice pass by Junkins. A nice look down inside to Bryce Byrd for two.
And that's his 4 points of the game, second shot.
So Bryce Byrd getting the start tonight. 4 points in the scoring column and a lot of defensive presence. He's got a nice long wingspan. Liberty at the controls. Here's Dodd, thinks about a three, says, okay, I'll take it, no good. Rebound off of Haynes. And then off of Cava, so it'll stay with the Mountaineers. Liberty inbounds to Haynes. Haynes will give the ball back to Holden. Holden thinks about a three, can't get it off, so Liberty, or I should say Robert C. Byrd, coming out on Holden now to prevent him from taking those threes. Here's a nice little set run by the Mountaineers. Back to Haynes. He'll drive, and he's fouled. Fouls on number 15, Quentin Cooley. That's his second and the team fourth. King will check back in for the Flying Eagles here. Haynes with 2 attempts at the free throw line coming up. Puts the first shot up, and it's good. Leighton Wolf also checking back in for the Eagles, replacing Junkins and Byrd. Haynes set for the second. He'll put the shot up, and it's good also. So Haynes with a nice night at the free throw line. I have him as 3 of 4, 75%.
Yep.
Here's pressure by Liberty, knocked out of bounds by Jensen Dodd.
Almost got Gibson there on the side court. Wasn't expecting it.
He can take it. He can take a shot by a basketball. He's a big guy. He can definitely withstand that. He's visiting right now with former Liberty coach Russ Nutt, whose granddaughter is actually Haley Nutt, who sang our national anthem. So there's a little bit of community Clarksburg trivia for you, Kelser.
A little bit of Liberty RCB connection there.
There we go. And Russ even spent some years teaching at Robert C. Byrd. Here's a three by Thomason off the mark. Rebound Liberty. Rock comes down with it. He'll get the ball off to Dodd. Dodd will bring the ball up court against pressure by King. A nice pick and roll and a give inside to Rock on a screen and roll, and he scores the bucket. Nice play, and that's another example, Kelser. You got to get the ball inside.
The pressure's starting to amp up, and now you're just starting to get the baskets inside and hopefully try to make a run here.
Here's King with a shot. Bucket's good, so King scores on his senior night, his second bucket of the night. Fouls on 34. Wyatt Rock, his first, team second. So King will step to the line. Still have a good crowd on here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even though the score is 59-30 right now, they're usually kind of start to slowly trickle out. But, yeah, everyone's sticking around and excited to see what's going to happen.
So King misses that free throw. Liberty rebounds, 59-30, 4:48 to go here in the fourth period. Liberty running offense, trying to look for a shot. Benedum with a drive against King. Turns the corner, puts a shot up, no good. Off of Haynes for Liberty. Controlled by the Eagles. A long pass down to Wolf, who almost crashes into the student section. He couldn't quite control the basketball. Long pass. In a tight game, that'd be an ill-advised pass, but in this game, it's well worth it.
Because, I mean, we've had the success of that long cross-court pass, especially tonight. Just
Yes.
to see if it was going to work.
RCB always looking for points in transition. So, Liberty, again, with possession. Here's a pass inside to Dodd. He'll take it outside, throw it around to Benedum. Benedum will drive, and he's fouled by, we'll wait and see. I believe it's going to be on Cooley, and I am correct in my assumption. That's his third, team fifth. Team fourth, says PA announcer and social studies teacher extraordinaire Gabe Rhodes.
So now you're confusing him over there.
I am confusing
Heard
Gabe
his name
now.
and
I'm confusing Gabe now. So Robert C. Byrd looking to close this one out now. Here's a nice little offensive play. King can't control the ball, or I should say Cooley can't control the ball. Liberty with the rebound, and they're going to call a charge. Leighton Wolf Thomason stepping in, taking the charge. Fouls on number 11, Connor Holden. That'll be his first, team third. Bryce Bird and Junkins checking back in now for the Flying Eagles. Cooley and Wolf will sit down. Wolf's had a nice game off the bench tonight in reserve action.
Yeah, I mean, especially with one foul, and then he had the real big three-point shot that went up. And, I mean, he's been able to run up and down the court and put big-time minutes, especially tonight. And
we said both benches were going to be limited tonight. And I don't think we've had more than 7 players total for Liberty and more than 8 players total for Robert C. Byrd on the floor.
Yeah, I think Wolf and Cava, and then really Greg, and then also another Benedum who's been out.
Yeah. Correction, 7 for Bird also, because I had Bryce Bird in my reserves, and he's now a starter, so they've only had 7. You're correct. So Liberty scores. That's Benedum with a nice little up and under for 2. 3:03 left to go. 59-34, Robert C. Byrd. And a timeout is called by Coach Lucas. He wants to make sure they're going to close this thing out the Byrd way tonight.
Yep.
So we'll take a quick back here at the Birdcage for the final 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Want to give a shout out to our timer, Mr. Larry Rabbit Snyder, sitting at the scores table tonight, along with Gabe Rhodes, the PA announcer, Mr. Stephen Kennedy, our producer for tonight, scorekeeper for the Eagles, Mike Wolf, father of Leighton Wolf, and of course, the infamous Dougie Layfield taking in the action alongside Mr. Rabbit Snyder tonight also. So, Bryce Bird with the ball at the top of the key, passes to Cava. Cava gets the ball to King. King will look inside, not guarded very much, and Junkins has the ball, trying to make a move. He had a move, didn't go up with the shot, so King says, give it back to me, I'll drive and I'll score 2. And he does just that. King's third bucket of the night, 61-34. Liberty with possession. Here's a drive by Benedum. No good. Rebound Eagles. King back up floor between the 2 guards Connor Holden and Brock Benedum. Eagles looking to just run clock now. Turnover. Here's a long pass down the court by the Mountaineers on the change of possession, and the shot's up and good by Haynes for 2. And Liberty's going to call a timeout, and they're going to put the subs in, I do believe. I think Zach Bart realizes that this game is pretty well in hand, and he's going to take this opportunity to get some of his younger players some playing time, which is always good.
Yeah, I mean, especially with 2 minutes left, although it doesn't seem like that's a lot of time, but still 2 minutes of game time experience against a good team like Bird is going to be good for years to come.
Bird is not going to quit. They're not going to let you just have the game and run what you're going to do. They're going to apply pressure, which is going to be good for the young Mountaineers to work against. We'll resume action here as soon as the cheerleaders, the state champion cheerleaders, make their exit off the court tonight. So both teams break the huddle. Bird sticking with their lineup, but for the Mountaineers, we have in the game for the first time number 14, Braden Harmon. Number 20 is not listed on my roster. Number 3, Bryce Benedum, he's been in there already. Number 33, Pearson Monroe. And number 20 is Luke Heflin. And now RCB doing the same. And in for the Flying Eagles, number 11, Logan Kimball. And he's going to be the only one off the bench tonight that has not played. So he'll get his chance. Kimball, a junior, standing 5'6" tall. Bryce Bird working the ball at the point now. So it's nice to see the subs getting a little bit of playing time, and quite a bit of playing time here, Kelser, with almost just 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a few possessions, but especially what happens is people shoot the ball.
Nothing like game time, playing time. So Leighton Wolf takes a 3. It's off the mark, and the Mountaineers come down with the rebound. They'll work the ball around. Looking to run some offense, get something going. Here's a 3 off the mark by Benedum, Bryce Benedum, that is. Bryce Bird apparently practicing his dribbling skills. And now Coach Lucas will take a timeout, and he's going to get Anthony Cava, who was a senior, out of the game. Nice job of recognizing him. He's also going to get Leighton Wolf out of the game. Thomason will check back in. So Leighton Wolf's going to stay in the game. Anthony Cava will come out. And I believe we're going to get one more sub by the Flying Eagles in here in 1 minute. And looks to me like that is going to be Anthony Corsini, number 0. And here's Cooley with a pull-up for 2. Cooley and Thomason leading the way tonight for the Eagles. .30 seconds to go, and Lucas is going to call his last timeout, gives a hug to Wolf as he did his other seniors before he brought them out. Corsini into the game, 26.2 seconds to go. So overall, a nice bounce-back win for the Eagles tonight, Kelser.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what we were used to, about a 50-something point score and keeping the opposing team to about a 30-something, middle of the 30 range. So it's impressive just to see us get back to that and get a nice little roll going here.
Yeah. So RCB will dribble out the clock here. 5 seconds to go. And that's your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Final score tonight from the Birdcage, Robert C. Byrd 63 and Liberty 36. So a 63-36 final here. We'll take one more break, and we'll be back with some unofficial scoring right after this. Welcome back inside the Birdcage as we listen to We Are a Family by Sister Sledge, a great song on a great Clarksburg community night here at Robert C. Byrd. Let's take a look at the unofficial scoring real quickly. First of all, for the Liberty Mountaineers, Connor Holden finishes with 7 points. Jensen Dodd ends up with 9 on 3 3-pointers. Brock Benedum ends the night with 5 points. Brandon Hayes finishes with 5. Wyatt Rock finishes with 6. And off the bench, Matt Gregg finishes with 2 points on 1 bucket. For the Flying Eagles, Braden Thomason finishes the night with 20 points. He hit 3 3-pointers. Jeremiah King with a quiet night, only 7 points. Trey Junkins, 6 points. Quentin Cooley with a big night also for the Mountaineers, though, or I should say for the Eagles, though, with 20 points. He also knocked down 3 trays. Bryce Bird, who got the start tonight with 2 buckets for 4 points, and Leighton Wolf with 3 points, and then Anthony Cava also off the bench with 3 points, Kelser.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's been a while since we've seen at least 2 starters with 20 points each, and that's pretty impressive to have. I mean, those 2 alone outscored Liberty by 4 points, which is crazy to think about.
So, again, that's a nice win, nice bounce-back win for Robert C. Byrd. They will wrap up the regular season tomorrow night with a tough road test at North Marion as they go and face the Huskies up in Rachel.
Yeah, and it's always a good game, especially when you make the travel up there. Just the atmosphere there is it's a great one to be around.
It is. North Marion has a long tradition and rich tradition of basketball history. So we'll go up there tomorrow night and see what we can do, see if we can't get the road win. So we'll look to start sectional play next week here with Robert C. Byrd, and those opponents and dates and times are still up in the air a little bit, but we will look forward to seeing the Flying Eagles in action in the postseason here shortly. So we'll wrap things up here tonight, once again from the Birdcage, on what is known tonight as Clarksburg Night.
And then also tomorrow night, the girls play in the
Yes.
sectional championship against Lewis County.
We would be remiss if we didn't mention the girls playing in the sectional championships against Lewis County tomorrow night at the Birdcage also, and I believe that is a 7 o'clock start time.
And Steve and I will be on the mics for those games as well.
So we'll look forward to listening to you on our RCBSN channel with that game broadcast, and hopefully the Lady Eagles can come away with a sectional championship victory. So once again, our final score here at the Birdcage, Robert C. Byrd 63, Liberty 36. I want to thank our producer, Mr. Stephen Kennedy, doing a fine job at the controls tonight. Alongside Kelser Buck, I'm John Griffin saying good night, Josiah.